What is up, Earth Stars? No, I haven't brushed my teeth this morning, but I will get to that. I will. And what else I will into the world is I think I came up with something that I really am inspired to do on a daily. I'm not saying that I'm not inspired to paint. I'm just saying that the circumstances that I live in don't give me the ability to consistently paint. And when it does, it's more so like, you know, how I'm subject to the environment around me. Like I, w- I'll get the urge to want to paint, right? And I go to paint. Next thing you know, people come in, they got stuff that they want me to do, want me to see. I gotta stop doing what I'm doing in order for me to do that. So it's like I'm trying to find a good point, good moment in order for me to paint. And I, there's been routines that are happening, and these routines are keeping me, you know, busy, and that's just it. So like, I'm just looking for a good time moment that I can create my artwork and stuff, and yeah. So as I go on, as I move on in my life, I'm starting to realize that there's something that I can do daily because I noticed that I'm not making videos. I'm not able to use the editing platform that I pay for and continue to, make videos because of the challenges that I face. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how can I show these challenges? And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start showing my everyday life and what I think are challenges or like things that were sent into my world to control me. Because I talk about coercion. We talk about coercion as individuals living under a systematic process, and nobody's really talked about how the system works. Because when people talk about sociology, they only talk about the things that they want, the things that they look for, the things that they yearn. You know what I mean? Because that's basically what life is all about. What you're here for, what you will into the world. And what I want to will into the world is some type of tool that people can use to understand better. And that's basically where I'm at now. I'm trying to get my message out. You can, you will, and like don't let that stop you. Don't let them stop you. Those kind of things. And yeah, it's very reflective on what I need as an individual. So if I'm not doing that as the manifester that I know that I am, if I'm not trying to help other people create a better life, then how is anybody going to help me create a better life? That's the thing. It's like, yeah, I could take care of the house all I want to, but when they go outside, they still have to face the things that I've taught and the things that they just don't know how to get over. Who are they? I'm talking about the people that I love, you know, because that's how it was when I was a kid, going to school, having to deal with school on my own. And pretty soon my daughter's going to be going to school. She's going to have to deal with it on her own. Excuse me. Yeah, I've just been sick on and off. Got sick like 2 weeks before these last 2 weeks. And it's like I've just been sick for like a month or two. But I also been inside the house. And I ain't really been doing much because much really doesn't get me anywhere. Because when you do a lot in Mississippi, it's like you really taking 2 steps back. And that's just my opinion. Because like what do you think that a community that has worked against you since you were a child, that like will not give you a fair chance at work, that will not uphold the policies that they created in order for you to be able to be safe. They target you while you're walking down the street, target you just going to the store. They target you while working out. They send people to you while you're working out so that they can sway your emotion, your mood for the day. And that's why I've been in the house for like a month. That's why Like I feel like being or connecting right now is a dangerous thing because people don't know each other and they don't have the ability to relate with each other. And I'm looking for like, you know, something that I can relate to. And I know how to make those connections. And I know how simple it is, but other people see it as, you know, trauma and all the other stuff. And there's a reason for that. And that's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to get to. So like when we talk about the coercion of the American system, we're also talking about how people like to move emotionally, and some people follow trauma, some people, you know, build their own traumas. Some people love memories, love like specific memories, and that's where it all is like, you know, pointing towards like, what are we going to do for our country? And that's where I'm at. What am I going to do for my country? I have always wanted to be an artist. Although I switched from, you know, wanting to be a painter to being a tattoo artist, which I have my own tattoo equipment, um, to, you know what I mean, building things, to what else? Fostering environments, to, you know, like helping without managing completely, like just allowing life to be life, you know, the fire to burn, the water to run, and the earth to just grow, you know, like that's basically where I've been stemming from when it comes to my energy. And I really want to be natural. I really want to share the abilities that naturalism have, because that's what's being overlooked, the ability for people to do things for themselves. And that's just here in America, you know, because consumerism, yeah. But what I'm gonna make this page, this playlist about is, you know, the way that I get coerced and just my opinions on these coercions, because right now it's like things are being pushed everywhere. Like America is being moved in a direction that like we haven't been in the past like decades, you know. So what are we gonna do? That's the real question. So that's why I'm making this video, to show me as a person, as an individual that's trying to be an American. I don't see anybody outside the country at fault for anything that's going on in the country, because we have land, we have water, and we have the resources that everybody can use in order for them to be able to survive. So I don't see anything outside of the country as being the reason why we can't do anything here. That's all I'm saying. So when we talk about coercion, we're pointing at those things, those benefits that America has that we don't have. And the reason that we don't have it is because of that little on and off button that they want to control inside of you. And yeah, I feel like my on and off button has been flicked, you know, here and there. And the reason that I don't have the ambition to actually paint and do the things that I want to do is because of my questioning what it is that I'm going to do, my inability to guarantee myself rent next month, or to guarantee myself a job that's going to be able to help me pay for Christmas presents this year, or, you know, just my safety overall. You know, what religion is doing for me. Is my religion a good religion? You know, those kind of things. You know, because like in Mississippi, if you're not going to church, if you're not a Christian, you're just not blessed. That's just their rules. You know what I mean? It don't matter if this is America. Mississippi is not with all of that. When I say all that, they with America. When I say they're not with all of that, they're not with all of those different ethnicities. That's like, you know, under different religions, having a community inside of Mississippi. That's why Mississippi is either this or that. Period. And I live in Mississippi, and I'm not trying to say that anything is bad here. It's all beautiful. Mississippi is beautiful. There are a lot of beautiful white women. There are a lot of beautiful people that live here that have helped families, you know, get to places. But those are breadcrumbs. Period. Those are breadcrumbs. If you can't compete equally to somebody that you revere as, to hold high in standards and stuff like that, then how are you actually working with God? Because if you're not working with God, then that means that you're getting everything. And if you're getting everything, then obviously God bless you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a sadistic, methodical approach on how people gain their revenue, how people gain their ability to create such revenue. And that's where I'm at. I'm not with them. I've had opportunities. I've been given the ability to be a manager and control those people. I've been given the opportunity to go and, what I mean, get that easy lick. I've been given the opportunity to carry that pack to where it need to be. I've been given those opportunities, but I've never followed those opportunities. And if anybody ever felt like I did, then that was something that I wasn't aware of. That's all I can say. Because mostly when I do things, I do things personally because I'm trying to better myself in life. That's all I've been trying to do since I left the house, which was at like 17. It's very hard going through things and and having to fight for myself mentally without having the support that I was looking for. And I've contemplated, stupid things. I've I've thought about doing stupid things, but I just never did them. I never fought to to gain more money because I know that gaining more money is only going to push me into a hole as a consumer. And if I'm not consuming and I gain that money, then I'm a threat. And that's just that. So, like I said, this is a playlist where I'm going to be sharing the way that my life has been coerced. And I'm also going to be talking about my problems and the things that I own up to, and the things that, I hold myself accountable for as a man, and that, like, or not, not that, and how I want to change those things as I grow, how I want to become a better person as I grow, how I want to use honesty to create my path in the near future, in the far future, in the upcoming future, in the day that I'm living today. Those are the things that I want to share. Period. And I try to share that, socially, socioeconomically, but somehow that gets overlooked. Somehow that's just a different perspective because I mean, like when you see this guy walking around and like military vehicles are flying around, or like police officers are like in the vicinity, they just have their eye on this one guy. It's like, how can you really be normal, especially if you know that they're there and nobody else does? How could you be normal? Isn't that like a hint of paranoia? I mean, that's what you would call paranoia if you can see something that other people can't see. But like, it is what it is. I'm gonna go drink some water. But this is the new playlist that I'm adding on because I can't really add to the other playlists that I'd be wanting to add to. I guarantee you that this probably be targeted too in a different way. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I'm starting to believe that maybe somebody doesn't want me to document. Like maybe me documenting is is messing up the way that they document, whoever they is. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people that affect my life, and if like and do the things that they do for me to be stuck here, because this is a stuck type of lifestyle. Like period. I know fully well that just like at schools, they have people that go to the schools. They have people that recruit the ones that they want, need. Just like military, when they're recruiting for soldiers, they go to where they need to go to recruit. But when it comes to the community that I live in, as a black man, as a black person, I don't get those you know opportunities. I would have to fight for those things. And see, what you're witnessing now is the lack of fighting. Because there's no reason to fight somebody over something that they already have an upper hand on. Like, you're already in control of my life. You already control the way that I make money, the way that I decide to like, pursue these things, the way that my family interacts with me, the way that, you know, I am surviving altogether. And what am I going to do about that? That's the real thing. Like, cuz I could just give in. I could change, you know, all the goods that I put into my life into what they want it to be, because that's what good looks like inside of the environment that I've been raised in, like Mississippi in general. Because having a good life has more to do with how you affect others. And if you don't affect others in the way that Mississippi wants you to affect them, then your life will not be good. So that's why I'm documenting this, because I don't have I do have a good life. I do have a good life. I have my daughter around, and my baby mama, she's very supportive at the moment. Like, it hasn't always been that way. It hasn't always been, like flowers and daisies, but I'm still moving through the challenges. And I think that's the concept of all of this. It's like, I'm building on me. And instead of trying to go out there and build with them on me, like, I cut them out the process. Like, it's really hard, because other people can do that. Other people can go and make money, manipulating people with the words that they use. Me, man, I feel like I'm watching people hurt themselves. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm watching people hurt themselves, and I want to change that. I want to be a different influence inside of my life. And that's the whole point. It's how I influence my life. Because if I go out there and I ignore the stuff that I don't want to be a part of, and be a part of it, that's going to change me. And I'm not trying to change who I am, who I was, who I grew up into be and being. Like, God made me, bro. God made me. God put all this in my heart. He put art in my heart. And he gave me the opportunity to smoke weed. Period. And I did it. I learned, and I feel like spirituality is way more than what religion could ever physically be. Sorry to say that, but I'm more of a spiritual person than a religious person. I do believe that religion has spirituality inside of it, but to a certain extent. And that depends on whatever religion you're following. And that's just my opinion. But this is just a cap onto, what I was talking about yesterday, what I'm documenting. And this is a new morning. I might start doing it in the mornings, the morning times, so that I can express what I'm mourning in the day past prior, and what I look forward to in this day. And today, man, today I think I'm just gonna focus on trying not to eat, because I have been smashed, bro. I've been smashing. Like, I swear to you, I used to be like 160 like weeks ago, and I went up to like 205, 206. It's just amazing to me how easy that is. And yeah, just gonna try not to eat today and drink more water. Some okra water. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I always think about okra water. I don't know why. I just keep thinking about that. Like, I just love okra. I mean, I can eat okra and everything, anything. It makes so much sense to me. The only thing that I really know that I can't have is fried okra, because I know that has oils in it. But that shit's still good. Yep. Those are my guilty pleasures. I have guilty pleasures too. It's just, my guilty pleasure has nothing to do with the whole, like, sin of religion. My guilty pleasure has a lot to do with, you know, the way that society looks at the things that we engage in. And if I'm not, like, feeding God and America, the American God, then I'm in trouble. Which is what you guys are witnessing. That's what I'm documenting, because this is my perspective. I'm a shaman. I was born here in America, and the conditions of my birth gave me the ability to become a shaman. And I will be able to explain that further in the future. But right now, we're just documenting everything that I'm going through. And um, the biggest challenge for me as a shaman is understanding spirituality and how my body ties to spirituality. So now, um, trying to get in control of this body. And it's kind of hard to get in control of this body because of the cellular devices, the influences around me, the way that people respond to me, you know, how my environment goes when I leave, the house that I'm surviving in, and also, just my health altogether. So like that's the biggest fight is trying to keep this part in control because people lose control up here, and then like they don't understand why this part starts malfunctioning, and I'm just trying to get a hold of a control of what malfunctions and why, and that's it because once I get in control of that, then I can control the outcome of the other stuff. But this is me documenting. I might have some more stuff later on, but those would be the things that I meditate on for today.